Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our online information session to learn more about prior learning assessment for college credit. My name is Jan O'Connell, and I work in the admissions department at Roger Williams University College Providence campus, also known as UC. And with us this evening is Dr. Amy Shelton, who is our Director of Prior Learning Assessment. Hi, Amy. And she will be answering questions more specifically about prior learning in a few minutes. If I could just direct your attention briefly to the agenda for the evening. We are going to go over some general admissions information as just to tell you how to apply to the University College for your program of interest, as well as, and then we're going to go into our Q&A for prior learning assessment. And then at the end, there will be time for additional questions. Hopefully we answer most of your questions, but at that time you can either ask questions through the audio or you can use the chat. Sorry, I'm hearing background noise.
¿Quién? Okay.
So the admissions department at Roger Williams University College in Providence, we really work hard to help students maximize their credits for learning, but also to break down the barriers to applying to university. So our admissions requirements are pretty minimal in terms of we require an application that takes about 5 to 15 minutes to complete. Along with that application, we also require any undergraduate transcripts that you have and your high school GED transcripts as well, or high school or GED, I'm sorry, transcripts as well. Once we receive those documents, we work together with you to create a degree plan to let you know what comes in and what you still need to take. Along with that, what I haven't mentioned is the prior learning credits as well, which we'll talk about momentarily. We do take up to 90 credits towards a bachelor's degree and 45 credits towards an associate's degree. We will transfer those in. So now let's talk a little bit about, I'm going to go back to Dr. Shelton and talk a little bit about, I'm going to ask her some questions about the prior learning credits and assessment to try to answer general questions. And then if you have any questions at the end, we'll go through that. So Dr. Shelton, could you please explain telling us what prior learning is and who would be eligible maybe to take advantage of this opportunity?
So prior learning is any work that you've done prior to enrolling in the college. So you're going to bring in up to 90 hours, 90 credits of transfer from other universities, and you can make up to 90, so it's a total package of 90 with prior learning. So for example, I know that we have a police officer on the call. Police training will come in as prior learning. It's already been standardized. We did it. We know how many credits you get. We'll just bring it in for all the work that you've done to become a police officer. We do this for a lot of different institutions, police, fire, corrections officers, nurses, RMAs, a whole bunch of medical stuff. So we know that that's important. So we'd automatically have done that. It's standardized. Sometimes you guys have experiences that we haven't standardized yet and that we need to investigate to see if I can give you college credit for that. And so that's a process that you can give us your experiences. Maybe you have certificates or trainings that aren't on our list. And then we'll take a look at that and see if we can give you college credit also. Sometimes you don't have any documented experience like a certificate or actual training. Maybe you just have prior knowledge that you learned throughout your entire life. So maybe you are a soccer coach and you've gone through years of training to become a soccer coach and you've also been a referee. Well, then you guys should sit in and send in that information to us so that we can sit down and work with you to get you college credit for that experience, because that could be considered college level learning. And that process, when it's not a certificate and it's a little bit squishier, is a portfolio. And then I'll work with you to get this portfolio done. We put it all together and we send it off for review, and then that could give you college credits. So all together, prior learning, transfer credits, certificates, licenses, any of that stuff adds up to 90 credits. And just so that we're all clear, you need 120 credits to graduate. So that means that we only make you take up to 10 classes. If you bring in 90 credits, you have to take 10 classes at Roger Williams. And we have a lot of discounts too. So I know that if you're frontline health workers or emergency workers, that we have discounted rates for tuition for groups of people like that too. So that helps.
And just in addition to that, could you touch base a little bit on the credits we also take in prior learning for DST or CLEP testing?
Yep. So we are launching a brand new webpage. It's going to be a prior learning assessment webpage. It should be launched by tomorrow afternoon. Everything that we offer is listed on there. If you don't find what we have on there, that's when you reach out to me and we go about assessing new stuff. So the kind of stuff that we bring in is multiple. We bring in certificates, training, life experience, work experience, volunteer and community service experience. We also bring in CLEP tests and AP tests and DSST tests. We also bring in a variety of different courses from online non-credit bearing courses like study.com or Sophia Education and some other courses, some other programs. So we have a really wide portfolio of opportunities for you to get credit for things that you've done outside of college.
And you have been touching upon this, but just to lay it out a little bit further, can you give us a few examples of how someone you've worked with has used PLA to use towards college credit?
So we just had RIDE, which is Rhode Island Department of Education, reach out to us so that we could reach out to teaching assistants. They're called paraprofessionals, and the teaching assistants to see about them getting more education credit, because a lot of jobs like RIDE, they give bonuses and you get raises and you get to step up in your career by getting points, and the points can come from college classes. So when we were thinking about how we could help RIDE out, we realized that RIDE teaching assistants or paraprofessionals spend a lot of time in the classroom, and Roger Williams University gives money for, gives credit for internships. So we were able to give college credit to teaching assistants or paraprofessionals based on how much time they've spent in the classroom already. They can get up to 15 credits. So we just did that a couple weeks ago. That's super exciting. We also just did a registered medical assistant certificate. They have to go through 900 hours of training to sit for this exam. And then once they sit for the exam, they get a certificate. So now if you give us an RMA certificate from one of the accredited providers, you get, it's between 20 and 30 credits, which, and put it in perspective, is almost a full year.
Great. How soon should someone start the process if they think they have some credits that they want? Should it be before they apply, while they're applying?
It should be while they're applying. So you could always go to our website, which isn't launched yet. It will be, I think, by tomorrow. You can always go to the website and start browsing and seeing all the things that we offer, or start thinking about things that you have. The webpage will also give you some prompt questions to ask yourself so that you can kind of gather your thoughts or gather all your experiences together, so that when you do apply, you have everything. So when you go through the application process, there'll be a little box that you check that says, I'm super interested, not really super, but I'm interested in prior learning. And then that will kick you a bunch of information so that you can start doing the whole process yourself. It's a separate process right now from admissions. You'll have to go in a second time and upload your documents. And then that process comes directly to me. And then we start doing the credit documentation. When things are on the standardized credit list, all you have to do is notate what it is, upload your certificate, and it's very quick to turn that around for college credit. And that will come in almost the same time as all your admittance will. So once you're accepted, that it almost matches it. When we have credit that's not on our list that we actually have to go and analyze for you, it might take a little bit longer, but our average turnaround time for all credit is about 14 days.
Okay, great. And on top of that, so you talk about, we have the credits that we can take in for certificates, the standardized credits. Is there, and I know there's a maximum number of 90 credits towards a bachelor's, but is there a maximum number of life experience credits you could bring in from, say, you know, things you've learned on the job or things you've done in your life? Is there a maximum number to that, or is that still part of the 90?
Part of the 90.
Okay, great.
Sometimes the portfolio option is very hard, depending on how knowledgeable you are about the subject and how many subjects you decide you want to attempt to do. So our recommendation is you start thinking about it right away, and you start thinking about and collecting your licenses and certificates and training materials so that you can upload the things that you can that can stand alone. So a certificate that you've spent 900 hours working on something, that's going to be hefty enough, that's going to come in for significant college credits. But say you took a bunch of FEMA classes and they come in as what's called CEUs, which are continuing education credits. Those things don't add up to be a college credit. They have to be bundled together. So sometimes you want to hold those aside and talk to me about your portfolio first, because that might be evidence in your portfolio to make the portfolio process easier for you.
And just so if a student wants to find out, and we've kind of touched on this too, if she is eligible, you've mentioned the website to go to that hopefully is up tomorrow. If they can't find it, who should they reach out to for that information?
They can reach out to me, or they can reach out to you or someone in your office. Either one of us can handle you. So
Great.
So if you just have questions about, do you think this is accepted? Have you seen this kind of thing before? You can reach out to Jana, and Jana will help you. She's quite familiar with all of that. If you really want to know about the portfolio, or you want to know if you should put these certificates in, I don't know, it's more a detailed question, you can reach out to me and I'll answer it. Either one of us is perfectly fine. Everybody at UC is going to be willing to help you.
Exactly. And I will be posting both Amy's, Dr. Shelton's, and my contact information, both our emails and phone numbers at the end of this, so that you can copy it down should you want to contact us, either of us, for further information about either admissions or about the PLA process.
We even made it a little bit easier because we've actually created what we're calling a PLA portal. So we're going to be able to say, oh, that information's on the PLA portal. You just go to the website and go to the page that says PLA portal, and everything you need is right there, including all the links to actually put in your information that comes to me. Another thing that we've just created, and I'm super excited about this, is we're going to be launching what's considered a workspace. So if you say that you want to do the portfolio process, we're going to give you your own personal workspace on our learning management system, where you can start planning and uploading everything and writing out everything that you need, so that when you're done with all of that, all you have to do is cut and paste it into the actual request form to get it done. So it makes things much easier. And in that learning portal, or not learning portal, but in that workspace, you will also be able to ask me questions, and I can go in and look at what you've done to try to help you. So we're making it really like touching, so that we can reach out to you and we can actually help you get it done, both more efficiently and quicker.
And Amy, at the time of admission, a student's acceptance, do they have to have all of those things already evaluated?
No, we're gonna admit you, and then we're gonna work with you between that time you're admitted until the time you graduate to get all your experiences and all the credit that you need done, so that you can try to graduate on the timeline that you want to.
And also, in addition to that, just to add, if you take other exams or you get more certificates after you've been accepted, you can, if you're not above the 90 credits or 45, depending if you're doing an associate's or a bachelor's degree, you are eligible up to those numbers to bring those in at any time during your admittance.
And we also recognize that there's a lot of adult students who are really good with math, or they're really good with speech, or they're really good with languages, and they don't want to have to take a bunch of classes, even though they don't have a math class on their transcript. They're good at math. So we've actually set up some challenge exams now. So if you think you're good at math, you can take a challenge exam. Right now we have college algebra, statistics, and then what we call math in the modern world, which is like college math. And you can sit for those exams, and as long as you get a passing grade on it, that comes in for the credit for your math requirements. And we also do it for language. So if you think you could speak a language at all, even a little bit, you take this free exam. It's an online exam. You can spend 1 hour and 30 minutes taking it, and it's not graded on an A to an F. It's graded on however much points you get equals how much you know about the language. So for example, you can come in, take the exam, and get 12 credits because you rock at Spanish. Or you can come in and get 3 credits in German because you would have come in at the entry level, but you still get 3 credits. So that's a pretty exciting way to earn credits also. I wouldn't be able to pass it. I'm not good enough, but you know, other people can.
I haven't done math in so long. I'm not sure I would pass the college math either.
But we had so many people who say, I can already do statistics. Why do I have to take a stats class? So we made them for you.
No, that's great. I think that's the only questions I have. Ryan, do you have any questions that we haven't answered this evening?
Just, so I went to college. Do you know how long? So I went to college 25 years ago now.
There's no limit, Ryan. You'll
Okay,
take
so
them forever.
all right, because I went to UMass. I did my freshman year, and then I left.
Yeah.
So those classes that I took at UMass, I could transfer those over. There's no, okay, that's good. And then,
Well,
I'm
can I
sorry.
just say one thing? I'm sorry,
Sure.
but you can transfer them over, but if they have only the classes that are a C or better.
Okay, all right.
Okay, that's
That's
one thing I just want to add that.
And then, so let's say at the end of this, I get, say, 30 experience credits. How do I pay for those? Like, how is that like,
They're free.
oh, they're free, really? You just say that's fine? Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
In the future, we might change our minds, but right now, everything's free.
Oh, well, no, stay with that for now. At least get it here. And then you can change after I leave.
This semester, for sure, they're free.
Okay, all right. That's
All every type of prior learning, the challenge exams, everything is free.
good. Okay, all right.
Right. So the only charges for us, Ryan, is that we have, the basic tuition and a $70 registration fee for the fall and the spring semester. We don't charge registration fee for the summer. So
Okay.
those are basically the only fees other than if there were some books. And we do have third-party billing. If I'm not sure how it works in North Attleboro, if they do any kind of tuition reimbursement or remission, but we work with students with that as well.
Okay, there is some, not a lot, but there is a little bit, so. Yeah, I think those were my two big questions, just my UMass credits and my, and just how much, if I was gonna have to pay it all for the other classes. That's the only.
I'll have to look to see if Attleboro has a specific list or if it just comes in under Massachusetts, please, to find out exactly how many credits we give. I can't
Okay.
look that up right this second, but I do know that there is some standardized credits already done for police.
Okay, so I went to the
know
police
that.
academy for 6 months, and then I was a detective, so like I went to sexual assault school, I went to a bunch of schools to become a detective, so I'm assuming those would be the kind of things that you would be interested in, I would
Yep,
guess.
those aren't standardized right now, so those would be extra. Yep, so I would have to assess your training, but that would be in addition to the training, the credits we already give you just for being the police officer. So basic training and all that stuff that you went through to be on the force to begin with, that's what counts right now as standardized, and then the rest of it we would just bring in. But I would imagine also you probably do things like public speaking and that kind of thing quite a bit. So that would be a way for you to get credit. You could probably do the portfolio for public speaking relatively quickly.
Okay.
And so that would be a potential way for you to get credit also. So those type of things.
Okay. All right, I appreciate it, thank you. That's really all I have, so.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna, just in case you want our contact information.
Yep.
I'm putting it up now so that you can copy that down so that you have it, or do a screenshot since you have your phone, whatever's easier.
Okay.
Have you already applied or not yet?
No, not yet. I was just curious because this is kind of a last minute decision. It's a long story, but there's some promotions that are coming up that I need to get my bachelor's degree to be able to take those promotion tests. So, and they're coming up in the 1.5 to 2 years. So I kind of wanted to start this process rolling pretty soon.
Hey,
So.
you did. This is the right time. You did good. That's perfect.
Yeah. So Ryan, just email me and, just say, you were on the information session tonight, and could I send you the information, the application or whatever, and I will send you all laid out for you.
Okay. So where you're sending me something now? I don't see anything on my screen.
You don't see the thing where it says our information?
No, I just see your pictures. Hold on.
I'm sharing my screen.
No, I see it now.
Okay.
I got it. Yep.
Okay, I'm like,
I just swipe over. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm just going to take a screenshot of that.
Yeah, I figured it's probably the easiest to do on your phone.
Okay, I took a screenshot. All right. All right. Yeah, so that's all I have. Thank you. Actually, I got to get back to work.
No, it's okay.
Oh, that's great.
Do this all day. People have been dropping in and out. We're good.
Okay.
Thanks for coming, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too.